For human and environmental changes, nonconformist beliefs, Stoicism, and ancient Greek philosophy teach us to accept and act on what is beyond our control. Stoics says that we start with detachment when we care about mental coins, which judge emotions, an interval, not a distance. According to Seneca, self-renunciation is known. Meet people who understand you best and who inspire you. This is a time to grow and learn. According to Stoics, our reactions are controlled. It gives us the power to respond to situations. Examine thoughts and feelings in isolation. In friendship, we must make choices. Before friending someone, ask, does this person bring influence or problems into my life? With the guidance of Stoics, intelligently check whether any positive changes are taking place. See the influence of the people around you. Are they a source of growth or trouble for you? If comforting, be like the sun, otherwise keep your distance. It's about choices affecting your feelings and intellect. The principles of perseverance are not self-estrangement, but inner balance. In light of the two-way approach to life, who we associate with is critical to the betterment of our neighborhood. This ancient philosophy encourages us to choose wisely those who make us better and respect our thoughts. Instead of isolation, social support and guidance are needed. According to the Stoics, we must recognize our strengths and need for meaningful interactions with others. In times of isolation, we look for someone we can trust and who understands us. A prominent figure in Stoic philosophy, Seneca emphasized the value of friendship. He looked upon a friend as a mirror, bringing forth thoughts and feelings. This exchange provided not only emotional comfort, but also new concepts. For Stoics, the relationship of community with others is very important. In more difficult situations, talking to a trusted person can be very helpful. Consider this person a wise guide who gives valuable advice. Stoicism reminds us that we need each other's help. Just as superheroes support their partners, Stoic philosophers also support their friends. It has the power to control, and you choose someone you trust. Think of someone as an ally, whether a friend or a family member. In difficult times, show them empathy, whether by phone or text. Burdens are shared, not shared, and they can lead to new solutions. Stoicism guides us to manage our emotions and need the help of a friend in life's difficulties. This philosophy emphasizes the importance of controlling emotions, especially during periods of detachment. Stoic philosophy talks about controlling, not eliminating, emotions. The goal is to control emotions and find comfort, not numbness. Epictetus told us that emotions are possible to control. The Stoic technique uses negative imagery to help us control our emotions. This allows us to organize emotions and understand them logically. It is important to experience our emotions, but we must not let them affect our balance. By recognizing and accepting emotions, we face difficulties but don't let them have too much of an impact on our lives. We can feel emotions, but we also need to control them. Setting these boundaries is our way of staying in control. The Stoics teach us that it is important to understand and compare emotions so that they do not affect our lives. Determining emotional boundaries is a simple way to understand life. In detachment, it is important to strike a healthy balance between feeling and controlling emotions. The Stoics instruct us to choose someone we trust deeply, as opposed to a friendly concept that develops our thoughts and self-understanding. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the role of friendship in virtuous life. Seneca, the main leader of this philosophy, praises the importance of friends who help us understand better and give us companionship. These social interactions not only bring benefits, but also new scenery and other traditions. In the view of Stoicism, openness with others strengthens our relationships. Learning to detach is an important part of thinking rationally. On the one hand, this process gives us some idea of the impact of these distances, Stoics focus on the situation by looking at the consequences, which helps us understand the long-term effects of our actions. If you've made it this far, I'd say you're focused on evolution. Leave a Stoic resilience comment with today's date to let your target know. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, valued wisdom, not wasting time on things that do not advance us. When deciding on distance, it's important to consider whether it's helpful or harmful to your growth and emotional health. Stoicism teaches us to use logic and moral principles in making decisions so that you can correctly weigh the pros and cons. Stoicism guides us on an emotional and social journey. Deciding to distance ourselves is akin to choosing a path. For Stoics, predicting the consequences of a decision shows us the right path and how to deal with the flood of other information, such as social media. The sixth stage of Stoic detachment addresses the need to distance yourself from social media. Seneca struggled to stop distractions, saying not to waste time, but to understand the value of life. Stoic's approach is also important in the digital age, where information flows and social comparisons are influencing our world. By stepping away from social media, we get a chance to reassess ourselves and calm our emotional state. Social media can be an example of a complex puzzle. Stoicism suggests that it is beneficial to take a break from this digital confusion, which calms the mind. Streamlining social media is a way to avoid the backlog of notifications, updates, photos, and news. Stoicism says that taking a break from this constant flow keeps our minds clear. This is reasonable, and it means that we should give time to relax our mind by doing something different, like taking a walk or reading a book. Stoicism teaches that we need this break to free our minds from too much trouble. Social media is not meant to be abandoned forever, but should be used to reduce normal stress. We have to make sure that digital life is balanced and our mental health is not damaged. Stoicism explains the importance of life and instructs us to examine our desires and focus more on material things instead. You should consider whether this effort of yours is really for your happiness and betterment or just following others. Simplicity comes down to how we should manage our social relationships and daily life. Practicing contentment is not a lack of desire, but an activity to improve circumstances. It gives us a sense of joy and gratitude in the present without being constantly anxious. Simplicity and contentment can be the way to save life from stress and dissatisfaction. It tells us the importance of valuing small pleasures and building deep relationships with others. If you are taking advantage, study this book immediately. Cope with new challenges and increase happiness through this learning. In Stoic philosophy, neutral judgments are encouraged that improve our decisions. This practice is a way of understanding not the extremes of emotion, but our world views. Narratives provide us with a framework for questioning ourselves and exploring new beliefs. Provides an opportunity to question progress and information in order to understand each other. This practice helps us to focus on the arguments of reality and stop the emotions from coming up. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of controlled feelings rather than immediate reactions. It allows us to pause and seriously assess the situation. Meditation and mindfulness practices can be helpful tools, providing peace of mind even during difficult times. Stoicism promotes understanding of the feelings of others rather than emotional indifference. Therefore, we must maintain objectivity with compassion so that we can help others without getting lost in their emotions. It helps us keep our emotions under control and improves our relationships. By practicing the principles, we improve life and become compassionate and effective in the process of detachment. This step teaches us the importance of inner strength, the emphasis in Epicurus' philosophy on what is in our control. It encourages us to practice the principle of focusing on the manageable, not the material. It focuses on emotional health and morals. It focuses on voluntary challenges where we take on our role, which strengthens our moral and emotional stability. According to this theory, true satisfaction comes from living an ethical life. Epicurus shed light on the understanding of happiness and freedom, suggesting that we should accept only what we can control. Attention to our abilities and circumstances gives us the ability to respond with strong wisdom. Stoicism gives us a series of advice to choose wisely. Taking the initiative for personal growth and emotional well-being is important in our judgment. It teaches us to choose carefully, to like the things that will really benefit us. When making choices in life, the vast array of options before us is like a buffet. Wisdom is essential in choosing, as you choose a food that is truly beneficial. Ancient philosophy helps us understand the difference between temporary desires and authentic needs. Our existence is to be understood as a vast collection of possibilities, friendships, experiences. Stoicism encourages us to consider the vitality of existence for lasting happiness and contentment. We need work that nourishes our body and mind, as well as our emotional and spiritual strengths. We should choose strong and lasting things. Stoicism gives us the understanding to really pay attention to the needs. This philosophy helps us to cope and keeps us away from past reflections. We must focus on the important things. Stoicism tells us that our actions must be on the right track, which can improve our relationships and lives. The principles of irony show us the path to understanding, virtue, and emotional balance, encouraging us to free ourselves from the burdens of circumstances and enjoy the present moment. Thanks for the opportunity to chat with you. You can learn more by watching the video on your screen.